Poor old Valerie Louredas, Mystery's crush. Like, what was she before going into that? 3-0, 2-0? I think she's 2-1 now. Like, she's lost a fight, and she was fighting another fighter that was around the same kind of record, right? But then further down the cards, you've got Leah McCourt, who's got more experience, amateur and pro, but she wasn't first fight on the main card of Bellator because she's not got that marketability behind her. But that marketability is going to work against Louredas because she's on the main card, first fight on the main card against a fighter that she's expected to beat, and she doesn't, and she's got all that, in the back of her mind, she's got her brand and her Instagram, and the fight's not going very well. And then she goes back to her stall at the end of the second round, and the fucking dude in the corner, I swear to God, if anybody ever spoke to me like that in the corner, I'd strangled them before I went back out for the next round. It was the rudest, most unnecessary wording of a cornerman I've heard in a long time.
Okay.
Like, bear in mind, she's lost 2 rounds.
Yeah.
She goes and sits down on her stool, and a cornerman comes over, and he's like, clearly he's angry, but he was acting like a grappling coach who was embarrassed that his fighter's got no grappling skills, and he was trying to offload it onto her. It was like it actually used the word atrocious to refer to her grappling. Now, if you've got a fighter that's 2 rounds down, and you know that this round they need a stoppage, you don't give them the fucking whole negative. Don't do this and don't do this. Your ground game's atrocious. You've got to throw more punches.
You're a piece of shit,
right? Like because you literally saw the expression on her face when he said it, and she was like, "Oh
shit."
And also in the back of her mind, she's 2 fights into her career. A big part of this is the fame of it. So like she's getting trashed on her stool after losing 2 rounds by her coach, and now she's got to go out with like bottom end confidence to try and turn a fight around, which she'd already losing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, literally, I don't know who the guy was, but I would never ever have him in my corner again. And if I was one of the fighters that heard that trains with that guy, I would never ever have him in my corner again.
But again, like the even the bigger picture, and we're both working with the English Mixed Martial Arts Association, and the bigger picture is who's training them to be a cornerman. Like, what skills do you have that make you a cornerman? You train them. You could be the head coach, but no one is ever giving you any skills about how to structure your corner sentencing, structure what information you get across. How does the brain process that information under stress? Like, no one knows. You're just going because you're the coach. You wouldn't do that in you wouldn't do that in any other sport.
No.
You'd be given parameters for coaches to help and upskill and educate about how you would most effectively use that time. You've got 1 minute.
That's it. You've got 60 seconds to turn not only a fighter's skills around for the next round, but also their mentality going into that next round. They need confidence to apply a game plan that's going to get them the stoppage in that round. There's no doubt. And the other thing as well that's different with MMA, and this is something that stood out specifically with this fight, if I'm playing football, At the end of the first half, I go back into my dressing rooms. I get a bollocking from the manager in private, and then I come back out and implement that. Yeah, it's different getting a bollocking live on fucking TV.
Yeah, and like the brand stuff you talked about obviously it's part of the game, and it's a good, effectively it's a good revenue source by building this brand around you. But it's like you say, that's like almost a monkey on their back, because they're like, oh, all these people that think I'm cool and amazing and follow me and buy my shit and all of that, and now see me getting bollocked live on TV, and now they don't think I'm cool.
Not invested in the brand anymore, right? Yeah,
it's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, and this is something else that especially for female fighters, they need to be aware of this with promotions. Like, the promotion will utilize that marketability, and it won't always work out in your favor. No, this. It's something
it's cutthroat.
Like, she's no business being on the main card. She's on the main card because of her Instagram following, not because of her MMA record.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you another story as well. And this was a UFC event, and this was backstage at a UFC event after a fight had been stopped because of a cut. And I was having the conversation with the doctor that had made the decision to stop the fight. And I'm not mentioning anybody's name or anything like that. That's irrelevant. But the mentality was different because it was a female fighter.
Right.
If that was a male fighter, the fight would have continued. And the words I got from the doctor backstage afterwards, he's like, well, she's a pretty young girl. You're like, dude, that's not your fucking call to decide.
Not at all.
You know what I mean? It was like if I was a female,
bless her.
exactly.
Blessed. Oh, if you cut your face,
Exactly.
better tidy that up for you.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
She'll
if
knock
that
the
was
fuck out of you, mate. You be careful.
exactly if that was Diego Sanchez or Clay Guida or someone like that, the face would have been mush and they'd have continued fighting. But the decision was made by the doctor because she's a young girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like that's not like we want MMA to be an even footing, an even playing field.
Of course. Yeah.
Right? If a fighter's stepping in, they need to know they're being treated fairly.
Yeah.
Both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Like,
That really
why is
pissed
it
me
all right
off.
for me to get my face fucked up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, not as valuable. Not as valuable.
Fair point.
But that
Valuable to someone.
exactly to someone.
Just gotta
mate.
find them.
Your mum loves you. But that just stuck in my mind. That it really pissed me off the way he spoke to her and the way that she must have felt in the corner, like on her stool, backed into a corner, 2 rounds down. Lack of confidence, lack of answers, and then you're getting berated by your grappling coach because he feels embarrassed he's not done his fucking job. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good enough, is it? And
It's not.
the
I've seen cut men turn and look at corner men sometimes.
and be
Like Tate, who works at the UFC, the big black dude who's got his name on his back. Like I've seen him a few times, and he's like, working on a fighter, and he's hearing something, and you can sometimes kind of you can't control it. You guys like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, yeah.
when they come in and the coach is like, yeah, you're 2 rounds up, and you're like, no, you are not 2 rounds up, motherfucker. You got 1 round to finish this, or you're losing the decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like reality, but I like solutions.
Yeah.
If you got 60 seconds, you're like, look.
Yeah.
If you keep going to the ground with her and it's not working out for you, you don't need to use the word atrocious.
No.
You know, like
Who did you lose your shit with in the corner? We're down at where were we? We're down at
I was fighting. Or
No, you were cornering someone. You didn't lose your shit, but you were just like, it was a very stern message coming from the corner. We're down at what's that place we always go down to in London? It must have been a Cage Warriors.
Was it? Or is it like a Wembley Arena? It wasn't Andre.
No, it might have been Dre.
I've probably had a few stern words for him.
Yeah.
Because his potential and his achievement never.
Yeah, I mean, it was far from derogatory.
Yeah,
not in the slightest. I'd insinuate that, but it was like a stern fucking message.
But was it in the corner? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't have attacked them verbally.
No,
you know what I mean?
that's what I mean. It wasn't derogatory at all. It was like, you need to finish this fight. This is a fight. You need to finish your fight.
Is it Terry?
You might have been, I don't know.
Might have been
Can't
Terry.
remember.
I don't remember.
Well, maybe it was Dean. Was it Dean? Ultimate
it could have
Challenge
been,
or something
yeah.
like that?
Oh, yeah. Like way back in the day. Oh, the Troxy. You talking
The
about?
Troxy is
Fucking
exactly
hell.
what I'm thinking
Oh my
about.
God.
Yeah.
Cage ride. Cage fighting. Fucking have it. Oh, man.
Oh, amazing.
Like there was this pen of people outside that thingy, literally like hanging over the railings because there were too many smokers in the building and they couldn't find space for them. It was like this like pen of like animal, like fucking.
Mate, you remember those adverts? Those
the
Cage Rage adverts with Dave O'Donnell on there.
Of course.
In his Del Boy jacket, going, fucking Cage Rage.